So you're still not convinced, right? Don't worry. With all of that proven by ourselves, I bar Yawala and myself, you're still not convinced? Is is there a question mark? Don't worry, I'm tripping into third gear, and perhaps it would be the final gear because we don't need to really try too hard. As I said, the lesson actually done from slide 12. I'm now at slide 16. Evidence of God's name being embedded in names of people, place, and thing after Moses received Yah's name. You ever wonder why before Moses little to no one name starts with J, much less to have in the famous abbreviation Yah, Aya, or Jah that ever come to mind? Before there was a Moses, no one no one having the name Yah, Jah, or Aya. People name barely start with Y and J before Moses. So why after Moses everyone start to actually imply the Most High name in their name or as part of their name? These are the questions from the Isaiah, Jeremiah, Obadiah. Why all of these men, Joel,
Mhm.
Nehemiah, why all of these men start of in Yah either at the beginning or at the end of their name? Why they do this? Now many people might say Joshua, but bear in mind Joshua even born after Moses is a younger man. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a hint. Moses was the one who named the son of Nun. Joshua, did you know that? Moses was the one who named the son of Nun, Joshua from Hoshea, or in the real ancient Hebrew it would be Ashaya, mean the deliverer or deliverer. So Moses, I can understand what was going through Moses' mind when him changed the name. Moses like, no, you are not the deliverer. I'm gonna change it to Joshua. The Most High is the deliverer. That is what Joshua name means. I know you might see it says Jehovah saves or Jehovah saved, but now that we come to the conclusion and realization that it should not be Jehovah, it should be Yahya. So the correct name for Joshua would be Yahayashah. Yahayashah. That should be the correct name for Joshua. Yahayashah. Just like with the same Moses here. Moses' name is a combination word from the same word from Joshua name, root word from Joshua name as well. So the Shah, the says, the correct word for or the correct name for Moshe, Moses in the Hebrew would be Mashah. Spell Masha. Why does it spell that way? Because it's a shortening for the word Yasha and a shortening for the word Mayam, which mean water. So you get Masha. Why? He was delivered or rescued or drawn out from what?
The
Water.
water.
This is why he
Mhm.
named Moses the water. So not even the most popular word, and them always say enough like water. Not even water start with W in the Hebrew. So how them get Yahweh or Yahweh? I don't know. We saw many instances where name change occur in the Bible as it obviously carries weight and means something. Let's take a look into two well-known individuals who got their name changed. And I purposely choose these two individuals. You're gonna see why.
Before you
Evid-
go there, right? Before you go there, since you mentioned all of this, what you just said, right?
right.
Yawa Allah,
Yes, sir.
in the, you think you can read the Bible, Nehemiah 9, I think it's Nehemiah 9 and 27.
Mm.
No man, that needed for the next lesson. Don't go there.
Don't touch, all right.
That needed no, that needed for when we go into Christ's name. Don't go there, Joel.
All right, cool.
Come on, save it. In a really pertinent to this one, pertinent to Christ's name. So evidence of God's name being embedded in names of people. Eliakim to Jehoiakim. Why there was a name change? King of Egypt renamed one of the sons of Josiah, which in the ancient tongue is Yahashaya, the most impeccable king except Christ. Notice anything? That is another prelude to Christ's name. The
Mhm.
only king that actually come close to ruling perfect was Josiah. Josiah, which in the Hebrew is Yahashaya. And you're gonna find out what this really means. Yahashaya. You know what? Let me give you it from now, a head start. Yahashaya mean founded by Yah. Founded by Yah. Or founded of Yah. Yah is the shortening for the Most High name, Yah. And it could be any better. You know the reason being? Yah is the shortening for the Most High name, as we all know by now. Ashaya means foundation, founded. That's what Ashaya mean. Ashayah. Ashaya. So you get Yahashaya, which means founded by Yah. And you, he indeed showed that he was founded, or he's the foundation of Yah. The only person come ruling and will be ruling better than him as a king is none other than the Messiah himself. And is a reason why his name is so similar to Christ's name. The most impeccable king except Christ. Notice anything? Another prelude to Christ's name. 2 Kings 23 Act.
2 Kings 23 and verse 31. Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his fathers has done.
Read.
And Pharaoh
Pharaoh,
Pharaoh
Necho. Yeah.
Necho put him in bonds at Riblah in the land of Amat, that he might not reign in Jerusalem, and put the land to a tribute of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And Pharaoh Necho made Eliakim, the son of Josiah, king in the room of Josiah his father, and turned his name to Jehoiakim,
Turn his name to what?
to Jehoiakim,
Wow. Read.
and took Jehoahaz away, and he came to Egypt and died there.
Exactly. So I'm gonna give you a bit here to show you how names are important.
Mhm.
This king here, Jehoaz, was so evil in the sight of the Lord that him get him name before him even turn king. And him name mean what happened to him. Did you know that Jehoaz mean Yah has ceased? Did you know that? The JAH or the JEH is the shortening. The JEHO is actually Yaha should be there. Yaha, the AHAZ means to seize, has. So check this out. What happened to him to show you that no one got their name by chance? When he
Mm.
was 20 and 3 years old, when he began to reign, he only lasted 3 months in Jerusalem as the king of the Jews. And his mother's name was Amutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord according to all that his fathers had done. And Pharaoh Necho, who is Pharaoh Necho? Pharaoh Necho is the king of Egypt. So for all who have a problem with the Gentiles, this is the king of Egypt. Because at the time the Jews were allies with Egypt, the Egyptians. And this is why the Syrians couldn't really come up against them because they feared the Egyptians. So when the Syrians them could have easily capture the, the 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 Israelites or what we would label as the northern kingdom, for the Jews they couldn't, because part of the reason was we were allies with Egypt after coming out of Egypt. We were allies. Some of us went back. In further history, it tells us that Benjamin, some a lot of the Benjamites went back to Egypt. When you read certain other books like Joshua, a lot of the Benjamites went back to Egypt. So that end up form allies. It form a ally with the Jews. And bear in mind, Benjamite is one of the 3 tribes that form the southern kingdom. The Judites, the Judes, Judea. In fact, our inheritance, the Benjamites' inheritance is Jerusalem. It wasn't given to the Levites and it wasn't given to the Judites. Jerusalem was given to the Benjamites as their inheritance. So this is why we were allies with Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt. And Pharaoh Necho put him in bonds, mean tie him up at Riblah in the land of Ammon that he might not reign in Jerusalem. So in other words, Pharaoh Necho is like the spirit did a pour out on this Gentile king to stop a king of the Jews? Are you kidding me? And then we have a problem against the Gentiles. So this king of the Jews have so much power to put a king that was ruling over the Jews at a time where the Jews were at their peak, have enough power to put him. So this is to show you that the Most High used the Gentiles them as a belt indeed against us when we
Mhm.
are go off.
Mhm.
So we're not supposed to look at the Gentiles and have a problem with them. We need to look at the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson says. We need to look at ourselves and change our ways and stop big problem with the Gentiles. So you're telling me God never was using foreign echo by making him act and did what he did to Jehoahaz? Bonds at Riblah in land of Ammon that he might not reign. So foreign echo sees him in 3 months. 3 months him get for rule, Come like we need for do Andrew Wellness that. 3 months him get for rule. 3 months him get for rule, and him could even rule in 3 months. The most I have to put a stop the way him evil. Just 3 months. Short-lived. And Pharaoh made Eliakim, so his name was Eliakim, the son of Josiah, king in the room of Josiah. So Pharaoh pop up into Josiah room and anoint his son king and name him to Jehoiakim and took Jehoaz away, and he came to Egypt and he died there. Not sure if this is referring to as the king came to Egypt and died there, or Jehoaz came to Egypt and died there. But I would take it as the latter. Jehoaz went to Egypt and he died there.
And
Please,
Mavi, right?
go ahead.
The reason why his name is Pharaoh Necho, what do you think it means? Great host he had smitten. So his action, right, reflect him name.
Exactly. To show you there are importance in name. Brilliant point out, Ak. Wrapping it up. Don't worry. Strong's definition for Jehoiakim. What we have here, we have the yard, we have the ha, we have the ya, we have another yard, we have the kaf, we have the yard right here, and we have the mom. Notice how the transliteration stated. What does this say, Ak?
Very interesting, ain't it? Yehoiakim,
So what do they know that we don't know?
not Yehovah Kim.
It didn't say Jehovah. It didn't say Yahweh. It didn't say Yahweh. It didn't say Ahayakim. It say Yahayakim. I would have already established that the E and the O need to be replaced.
Mhm.
Those vowels sound not necessarily in Hebrew. These letters don't in Hebrew. And guess what? It says definition from age 3068, abbreviated, and age 6965, which mean it'll show you the root word quam. Meaning, why they put Jehovah right here? This is not what they put in the transliteration. Why didn't they put Jehovah quam? See how confusing, and you have to learn how to connect the dots. They put right here Jehovah will raise. But we know, see, I finalize it for you. It should be Yahaya Kwam, meaning Yahaya will raise, or Yahaya will rise. Why? Because Yahaya gonna do something else. Mean Yahaya gonna rise up another king. Because him went off as well. And we're gonna follow it up. And notice the Kwam. As I would explain in the 22 letters, the Kaf, it represents rise. It's the letter that's showing that the sun behind the horizon, rising. This is why the Kwam means rise. Yahaya Kwam. Yahaya will raise, or Yahaya will rise. So and if you further read if you further read up in the same chapter, it show you why Yahaya will rise and why him Pharaoh name him Yahaya Kwam. The reason being because the Most High did sick. The Most High sick of Jehoaz. The Most High sick of Jehoaz and said, "No, sir, wait there. I'm gonna move him." And the Most High basically rise up and remove him in 3 months' time. Pharaoh did have the spirit name him Yahayakwam from Eliakim. So even the Gentile did know the Most High name. Because remember, Moses did return to Pharaoh and tell him the name. So the name was well known even in Egypt. Evidence of God's name being embedded in the names of people from Jeconiah to Jehoiakim. Yes, man. With two or more witnesses, let everything establish, right? So I'm giving you two evidence. It's imperative to know the meaning of this king's name. After this king, no one actually rules Judah nor Israel as a nation, hence his name. Again, it's imperative to know the meaning of this king's name. After this king, no one actually rules Judah or Israel as a nation, hence his name. And we're gonna get it. Get me 2 Kings 24 Act 1 to 2 and then 6 to 11.
It says, in his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years. Then he turned and rebelled against him, and the Lord sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by his servants the prophets.
Exactly. So right there, it show you how Jehoiakim get taken down and his son came into power, which he also didn't last, based on the sins of his father, starting all the way back from, I think is Ammon, no, Manasseh, starting all the way back from Manasseh. Manasseh start the trend. From Manasseh, destroy Isaiah. From then, things did I go bad until Josiah kind of did I try fix everything and put everything back into place. But Josiah passed away afterwards, and then things start go to on again. So Manasseh and I think the next king the name Ammon. Them two king the most I have a problem with. Continue Act. Verse
Verse
6.
6. So Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin his son reigned in his stead. And the king of Egypt came not against any more river.
Okay, there.
Alright. Hearing me?
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you
If
now.
it drop off one at a time, so you
Oh,
can
me
pick
drop
up
off.
that.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Alright. Verse 6 it says, so Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiakim his son reigned in his stead. And the king of Egypt came not again any more out of his land. For the king of Babylon had taken from the river of Egypt unto the river of Euphrates all that pertained to the king of Egypt.
Exactly.
Jehoiakim.
So this now is showing you how the first empire or the first beast that we would already covered take over. This is why at the top I said after this king no one actually rules Judah nor Israel as a nation. No one. And you're gonna see why. The throne was vacant. Christ come and basically will take that throne back with both Jew and Israel, Jacob and Israel, are the northern kingdom and southern kingdom as a nation, not just one part or one kingdom. Christ are gonna come back and establish it. Hence why this man named Jehoiakim. So even the king of Egypt that we were allies with couldn't save we, because the Most High prophesied that the Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar, the first beast, would rule. And him could stand in front of this king, because none of them not strong like the king of Babylon. This is why every empire beast that follow, the next three beasts that follow, have to mimic right back to who? The Babylonians. This is why you have the Roman Babylonian Empire. But that we already covered them. Continue Act.
Verse 8, Jehoiakim was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months. And his mother's name was Nehushta, the daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem. And he did all which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father had done. At that time, the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it.
Exactly. So we left it right there. Let's move into it now. Strong's definition for Jeconiah and Jehoiakim. To the left, you have Jeconiah. It pronounced Yekonia from age 3559 and 3050. We already know what 3050 mean. 3059 is Khan. That famous word that we love say, Khan, Khan, Khan. Yes, that's that word. Meaning agree, establish, so forth. So the meaning is Jah will establish. Establish in who? Not Jeconiah. It's just giving. It's like the Most High name certain persons a way that for future reference then what he will do. Because we saw where Jeconiah ruled like probably 3 months before Nebuchadnezzar running upon him. And that was the end of the kingdom. A Jewish king. I translate it for you. The correct pronunciation mean should be Yakanya. Yakanya. So at the end, you have the YAH, which symbolize the Most High name. At the beginning, you have YA, which mean he or he will. In the middle, you have Khan, which mean establish. So this is how it really says. It should be Yah, he will establish. Because when you use the prefix Yah at the beginning, when you use the word Yah at the beginning, YA, it's a prefix that means he or he will. So when it says Yah will establish, it should be Yah, he will establish. Because the Khan is in the middle. Yah, he will establish. That's how the Hebrew work. See, I'm dropping too much jewels here. Let's go over to the right. Jehoiakim or Jehoiakim. Why is it that they continually put in the transliteration Yehoiah, but at the same time in the definition they put in Jehovah? You see how cunning they are? Why they didn't put it in the... It's either they put it in the transliteration and then give you a meaning in the definition, or they put Jehovah in the definition, but in the transliteration they give you the correct word. You see how cunning they are? Because they don't want to, you have to really going into this to connect the dots. So it's Yahayakan. Yahayakan. 3068 once more. 359. This time around, it giving you the full name. Almost the full name. So it's like they rename him, not the shortening version, Yah he will establish. But no, they give you the full name, Yahya Khan. Yahya will establish. That's what they did. Or Yahya established. So that is the meaning of, that is the difference between Yakanya or Jeconiah, Jehoiakim or Yahayakan. That's the difference. So one is the full name and the other is the shortening or the contracted version. Yahayakan. He will establish, or Yah will establish. And over here it's Yahaya will establish. Now my point rests. Let's move on. Zephaniah told us we would call upon the Most High true name once more. Zephaniah 3, verse 9. For
For
then will, go ahead, Ak.
for then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to
No, the name
serve
of I am.
the name of the Lord,
Sure, the name of I am.
the name of the Lord,
The name of Ah.
the name of the Lord,
The name of Ahaya.
the name of the Lord,
Notice right here, you see the same Strong's H3068 to show you what should be there. The all caps screaming out. Read.
to serve him with one consent.
To serve him with one consent. This is why it's important to know the Most High name. So we can serve him with one consent. It's not another man I call upon another name. All of us need to be calling on one name. Hence why I go through this extensive research. And this is why this lesson is so long. So that no one cannot say they don't know. So I put right here YHYH, the correct tetragrammaton, not YHWH or YHVH. Let's go to the final slide. The conclusion. Exodus 15 verse 3.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
The Lord is his name. You sure?
Mhm.
The Lord is his name. Why is not I am? So you see, many, in many cases, and I can pull cases from now till the morning, that shows you that I am doesn't show up anywhere else, really, in the Bible. So I am is not the name. That was added, that was inserted, and the unlearned run with it. So I put right here, Yahaya is his name. What the meaning of Yahaya is? Meaning, he will exist or he exists. Another definition, creator of existence or life. Creator of life. What better name to give the Most High than this? You can't find another name because he is indeed the creator of existence. He is indeed the creator of life. So that sums up the Most High in total. YH, correct tetragrammaton. With that, I say shalom.
All right. So you know, to to my brothers and sisters out there who would have called on the name Ahaya, right? When you go into the BLB, you have the root, which is higher, and you have what they call here an inflection, right? Which is Ahaya. So what they thought is the inflection. Now, what is an inflection? Let's look at the definition of inflection. It says a change in the form of a word. So Ahaya is a change in the form of Haya. It's not originally there. No, it
Exactly.
says typically the ending. So usually an inflection is at the end of a word. Why they put this inflection here at the beginning? What's going on here? It says to express a grammatical function or attribute such as tense, mood, person, number, case, and gender. So it's really an inflection. right? Another thing, fun fact. So the brothers here, y'all have to stop calling me Yawa Allah from this day, right? You know that, right?
Gone.
So is so
I'm
I'm
gonna
giving
put something on this
brothers, I'm giving you two options. It's either Yahya Al or
thing.
Ya'al or Ya'al for short. YHAL for short. It's up to you.
Gone.
All right.
I believe you have something else that believe we can end on that term.
Listen,
But go ahead, Ak.
listen. I'm gonna put something on the screen, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna put something on the screen. I can't close it out doing this. I have to put this on the screen. Like, yo, trust me. Lord in Christ. So here we have right here, right? Let me see. Let me dig this up for you. You seen that clear, right?
Yeah,
It's
man.
very clear.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you something, right? Here we have, the famous passage where person like to go to prove the Ahaya, right? Right here we see the word Haya. It's not Ahaya, it's Haya. Now, if there is a interlinear out there or a Strongs with the word Ahaya, I would love someone to present it. It doesn't exist. Okay? What
Point
we
it
have,
at Ibar. Point it. Put the pointer on the word above the higher so the people can see. No, no. You have higher there and you have the word above it. Where you see a
right
higher.
here. Right
Yeah,
here.
in the same line. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just put the
Inflection.
oh, it's not showing the inflection. Usually when you put the
No,
point
no,
there, it show that same inflection.
the inflection is showing. See here, the word inflection come up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm
Okay.
gonna highlight this word, right? I'm gonna highlight it.
Mm-hmm.
There goes. So we have the word.
Strong's H 1961. Haya. Haya.
So we have haya. Okay. Now, when we look at the word haya, it is so broad. It is so broad. We have so many. I'm strolling right now, and these are all definitions. Okay. Now, let's say, let me see how many times it occurs within the Bible. So it says Strong's number, Hebrew 1961, matches the Hebrew word haya, which occur 3,576 times in 131 verses. Okay? Now, based upon what we have right here, to be, become, come to pass, exist, happen, fall out. How do we now apply these different meaning? First, we say, okay, based upon the context. The Most High name have nothing to do with context. If I should go where the word Lord is, wherever the word Lord is, it will says the existing one. Right throughout the Bible, it's gonna say the existing one. You cannot say, okay, the Most High name. And if I should go to the Greek will point me back right to where it begins. It's not so when you look at the word be. If I should go to the word be in the Greek, it's a total different thing. Okay, now watch this. Genesis 1 verse 2, right? We find here the first time the word Haya appear. And the earth was, the word was right here is Haya. So if I should just say, okay, and the earth was a Haya without form, would that make sense? What sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
And in order for you to prove the name Ahaya, guess what you must do? You must go to the Strongs. Without a Strongs, you cannot prove the name. So you must accept everywhere you see this word, because if I should see the word Lord in the Bible, it only come under one definition, the existing one.
Con.
Yes,
Con.
true. Right. When you go to Genesis 1 verse 3, and God said, who is this God? Let there be Haya. Who is this Haya that he's putting forth?
Crazy.
Does that make sense? That just doesn't make any sense. It appears so many times, right? Okay, look at this. We don't see, right? When we look at Genesis 1 verse 5, we know it appeared there, but the Strong's doesn't give you, as we are looking at it on the surface, where it appear. So I'm gonna go into the tools now and find out where does Haya appear. Watch this. Here we go. So I'm scrolling. The word "an" right here. Let's see what the pronunciation.
Strong's H 7121. Kara. Kara.
Right, so that's the word "an" right there. Now when we go to Hebrew 4:43, I don't have to touch that. I know that's Elohim. The word "kara" up the top right here also fall under another word, which is what? Called. Now let's get the pronunciation. Let's see.
Strong's H 7121. Kara. Kara.
So call and kara is the same thing. So what we must understand now, bro, is this. So when we go to Exodus 3, where the Most High said, this is my name forever, that only exists within the English. When you go to the Hebrew, it does not exist. You have to find out what word is there. Okay? And called Commander Kara. Okay? So it's strolling down. Day, Yam. Darkness, Hosek. Okay? Call again under Kara. Night. What night, Commander?
Strong's H 3915. Layil. Layil.
So where does Haya appear in this? Right? I'm going to show you. It come under and. So we go all the way down, even though we see and appear 2 times within this verse. Haya come under and. So we're gonna stroll up back now and we're gonna read this and listen to what it says, right? Genesis 1 verse 5, right? And the word and right there is kara. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And again, does not command a kara, it commands a haya. Haya, the evening and the morning were the first day. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, family? It doesn't make sense. The person who subscribed to a higher, right? They know, the person who are teaching these things, they know this is not the name, but we have reached so far for us to turn back now and say, okay, we were wrong. Listen, it wouldn't work out. We are already there, we built, the money is coming in and all of that. Why turn back now? Why turn back now? And check this out. If I should go to a cross reference, right? Let me go to a cross reference for this verse. Check it out. They provide some cross reference. They and Genesis 8 verse 2, Psalms 19 2, Psalm 74 16. When you look into all these verses, it just don't prove that's the Most High name. It's just not working out. Right? If we're looking at what you call the Tetragrammaton, according to the YHWH, right? And we're using the Paleo Hebrew. The YHWH person could be more correct than you, a higher person. Because the YHWH, all they gotta do is just add the vowel A between each character and they will get Yahweh. And you who subscribe to the ancient Paleo Hebrew, right, agree also that they add the vowel H for sound. Right? So the person who say Yahweh, who is putting the A in between, right? Each character could be more right than you. That's all I want to point out right here.
Well,
Khan, with that, I believe a lot was said. So, guess we can say Shalom. Hope this bless your heart. Brothers, your salutation. I'm out.
shalom, shalom.
All right, so we leave out like this. We will go out like this.
Yeah, in times. At the end of the day, for real, if you a man of the Most High specifically, guard your light, guard your family, protect your peace. I feel like it's that season, yeah. Till your ground and put your seeds in. They say rock, what's the word? I told them repent. Gotta walk in them shoes you put your feet in. The bed that you make, you gotta sleep in. Sowing and reaping, judgment, it's that season. I don't get mad and I don't get even. Abba got 'em, say shalom when you see me. I'm protecting my peace. It ain't my business what they said about me. They forgot to mention the part when I fell to my knees. Please, Abba, keep your angels wherever I be. Pray you keep a couple of them by the bed when I sleep. Bonded, casting out every devil I see. Last days, I ain't playing no kind of games. I got children. Look, no matter what they say, we gon' still win. Let them gossip, we gon' still win. Turn everybody against us, we gon' still win. Keep building like real men. Imagine all the souls we gon' reel in. And we put scriptures over feelings. Yeah. Had to do a pause for that. I feel like it's that season. Yeah. Till your ground and put your seeds in. If we can't correct each other, we can't be friends. I can't sit back and watch you go off the deep end. Sky is the limit, you got no ceiling. We gon' take it through the firmament. You got baptized, them demons was on your head when they got word of it. When you get wings, it's gonna be turbulence. Temptation intensified, it's expected. We at the end of time, they don't wanna see you score. They want you penalized, want you out the game, see you ride the bench. When it's crunch time, it ain't hard to see who the father with. This season, we not man pleasing. Practice what you preaching, don't pretend. For real, we gotta give them the facts. Look, that sound good, but what scripture was that? Paganism in our worship, hidden in the details. Saturnalia, Abba gave me eyes I can see well. We stiff neck, we don't want correction, we shun correction. On the narrow path is only one direction. Yeah, we stiff neck, we don't want correction, we shun correction. Yeah, it's only one direction. It's that season.